okay. So, based on the fact that I know that's sticking up, I know I probably look like crap today. I've not looked in the mirror. Don't particularly want to look in the mirror, I'll be honest. I feel like death. I feel horrendous today. Do you know when I got sick about a month ago, 3-4 weeks ago? I feel exactly the same as I did on day one, on the Friday. Except for today, it's Monday the 19th of March, but I first woke up with it on the Friday. The symptoms for that day are the exact same symptoms of this day. The Saturday, the day after, day 2, I felt horrendous, pouring in sweat but like cold at the same time and really, really ill. Sunday was even worse. Monday was a nightmare. Tuesday wasn't much better than Monday. Wednesday a little bit better, and then I started to get better. But I don't want to be sick. I don't have time to be sick. Being sick really is not an option. But obviously if I'm sick, I'm sick. I know I can't do anything about it. But the annoying thing is, I've only felt like well for the last week and a half, because it took like 2 weeks to get over it. And it's this coming Friday when it started, so it's not even a full month really. I've not felt 100% this whole time, but I felt better than I felt like a few weeks ago. And then last night I fake tanned. I've not washed it off yet. It's gone badly wrong between my fingers. I don't know if it's going to show or focus, but basically I used a new tan that I've never used before because it's the only one I had in. And I just went with it, and it was a gel tanner and I've never used it before. I put lots of moisturiser on my hands so it's lighter on my hands, but it would appear it's darker on my hands than anywhere else. And I've got like white there, and I'm pretty sure that I did between my fingers with the tanning mitt. This hand isn't as bad, this hand's really horrendous. So I did a different tan on my face. It was that James Reed gradual overnight tan. My skin feels so dry tonight, and you're supposed to continuously use it at night, but I can't put up with this really dry feeling. Also, if I use it every night, then I'm not going to get the benefits of an eye cream or a face cream to stop the aging process, but also keep my skin hydrated. So I wouldn't use it every night. I'm going to potentially use it tomorrow night, and then maybe Friday night, but then that's a lot for me. But I just want to build up a tan to match my bloody arms. I've not tanned my whole body, I've literally tanned to the top of my stomach. So I was trying the tan out for a start off. It wasn't easy to apply, it was very difficult to apply. I've got to wash the top coat off anyway, so hopefully it won't be this dodgy when I've done it. I know I probably look like crap, I know my hair is about to be washed. I've took an antibiotic, I took a sickness tablet, I've took 2 painkillers, 2 ibuprofen, not Nurofen. I've took my Well Woman vitamin, I've took my skin, hair and nails vitamins, because there's 2. See, that's another reason why I can't understand why I've got ill so fast, because I'm taking my vitamins. I've been back on my vitamins for a week and a bit, and then I've also been taking the hair care ones for nearly 2 weeks because I'm just about to finish the second strip. So I've got all these vitamins in my body, yet I'm still getting ill. So I'm guessing it's related to the illnesses that I've got, and it's materialising itself in these illnesses. And when I was ill, like it wasn't even a month ago that I got it, I felt more ill then than I did when I ended up in hospital. Yet my doctor wouldn't give me anything. She just said, drink plenty. If you don't feel like eating, don't eat, and get plenty of rest. And I actually got more rest with that than I've got with any other illness. I'm not saying I had a massive more amount, because I was still up 6-7 in the morning, but I was having a bit of a sleep in the afternoon as well. And I couldn't even get out for 2 days. The Sunday and the Monday I couldn't get out. Tuesday I had to because I had an appointment, and then my doctor's as well, and then my doctor's Wednesday, and then I started to get better. I started to take the antibiotics on the Sunday night, after being ill for nearly 3 days. So like an hour ago, because it's just about to go to 1 o'clock, I took the tablets that I've just said that I took. I was meant to go to Primark this morning because I want to see, I mean, I don't shop at Primark, everyone shops at Primark, and I like to be a little bit different, but I do want to get some clothes, and I don't have the biggest budget at the moment, so I just want to see what they've got. I mean, I'd like a coat. The weather's really bad in my coat, the zip's just splitting when I wear it, even right when I'm just stood still, it's opening itself. I'm not worn it for a couple of weeks for that reason. I've been wearing that smarter coat, which obviously isn't warm, but I've been wearing jumpers and stuff underneath to keep myself warm, but I'd normally wear a jumper with a big coat. So I'm not going to try and buy a coat from there. I want to try and get some tops and some like mules with a heel, if I can get a pair, because I just want to see if I'll wear them, because I can always get a more expensive pair somewhere else if I do wear them, but I just want a couple of things. Like, I've given myself a £60 budget. I know Primark used to be a lot cheaper than it is now, I know it's a bit more expensive, but I just want to see if I can pick up a few things for £60. I probably can, but knowing me, I'll walk around and like, oh, I don't know. Oh God, I honestly feel like crap. I can't let it get to the stage it got to last time. That's why I took the antibiotics today, and I know they take 3 days to work. It's like last night, it was like 1 in the morning when I started to get a bit like that, and I just thought, oh, I had this last week or something, and after a couple of hours I was fine, and I was. And I went to sleep and I've woken up feeling worse, so I feel like I did on day 1 of the last illness. Hopefully the antibiotic will work. I think I was taking 2 at a time last time, but they were different ones to the ones I'm on now. I went on these ones like on the final day that I was taking them, and I took the antibiotics for I think 6 days, and I said I'm going to stop because if I don't stop I won't have any left. And then I had an abscess, not last week, the week before, and I took 2 days worth, and the abscess went. So I did have a week's worth. Obviously I don't have a week's worth now. I think I have 3 days when I counted them out. I think I can have 3 today, 3 tomorrow and 2 Tuesday. I think Wednesday, I think that's how it works out. But I know I've got 2 antibiotics, different antibiotics somewhere else in the house. I don't stockpile them, but when I'm better, if I've still got like a day or 2 left, I will stop taking them just in case I get ill, because my doctor's surgery are very, well, they basically don't want to give out antibiotics. But I think when you're as ill as I feel, like, I don't ever go to the doctor unless it's really, really bad. Like, if I've only got a bit of something, I won't even mention it. It has to be full on. So it's 1 o'clock now. I'm trying to get out for 2:30. I'm just going to go to, I mean, I did want to go to B&M for some more drinks, but it depends on how I feel. But I think I'm going to go to, well, Tesco anyway, and try and go on B&M to get some Perrier water. I'm going to try and eat and drink as normal. But when I'm sick, I don't want to eat normally. I want to eat like things that I want. Like, I was going to do chicken with like carrots and potatoes and sweet corn tonight. Really, I'd happily have something like meatballs, which actually I'm going to do now I've thought about it. I shouldn't have thought about it. I did this last time on the Friday. I got meatballs with loads of garlic, thinking the garlic would kill whatever I've got, and it didn't. So, but I just want like stodgy, warming foods like that when I'm ill. So I am going to do meatballs tonight. And I want an early night. Like, I do have a big to-do list, but I think I'm going to bypass the majority of it. I've started a bi-weekly on upload as I was sat here. There's nothing major on this list. I've got to vac the whole house, which I'll still do. I need to make sure all my blog posts are complete until the 7th of April. But I think that would involve quite a lot of work, so I'm just going to finish them until the next week point. I think they all are anyway. There's not much else on here. I need to film a video for Maggie Oliver. I'm going to try and do that today because I want to get it up basically on Wednesday. I want to edit it and get it up on Wednesday because I want it to go live on Thursday. Basically, if I can do it. I mean, it's going to be a tight turnaround. I mean, this video that I'm uploading now is probably going to finish around midnight. And then I've not got one edited, so I'm going to want to edit one and get that uploading overnight. So, because I've just filled the computer, because I've just entered the camera, so the computer's bloody full. So I'm trying to get up videos as quickly as I can. This one's about 25 minutes long. And that's what I'm doing because it takes less time, but I'm putting 2 to 3 up, like bi-weekly 66, part 1, bi-weekly 66, part 2, etc. So I can get an hour up a day on those days because I'm filming so much. I need to do that. I mean, literally, my bi-weeklies could turn into dailies, to be honest. When I run out of dailies, I might just use this footage as well, even though it's going to take longer to upload. I've got until like the middle of April in dailies, so I could potentially edit a nice daily together, but I don't really have time for that. Anyway, I'm going to go shower, wash my hair and sort myself out. Hopefully I'll be down about 20 past 2. That'll be a miracle. Hopefully I'll look better than I do. I can see all my hair stuck up, and it got damp twice yesterday in the shower, morning shower because it exfoliated, and then the evening shower before I fake tanned, it all got damp and then it looks greasy. Oh, and by the way, I feel sorry for Ant McPartlin. I know it's not acceptable to drink drive, but he's obviously struggling with life, and you know, I think he's trying to carry on because obviously he's got contracts and he's got to do these TV shows, but I just think sometimes putting yourself back into these situations and going to work and stuff isn't the best thing to do. And I only know from how I feel and how I felt that you don't want to let people down, and you think that going back to a routine and being around people can help, and in some cases it can help, but if you think about the enormous pressure that he's under to deliver a live show and be himself every week whilst he's clearly struggling, you know, I don't think it's the best thing for him. And obviously his life is falling apart, especially now. I mean, this is all over the papers. This is the problem with being famous. It's all over the papers and everyone's basically being nasty, and I'm not defending the drink driving because that is wrong and he'll know that. But he's going through hell, and you can tell he's going through hell. He's really struggling and no one knows what's going on with him. And I think he probably blames himself for a lot of what has gone on. But he's under enormous pressure, and they've been the golden duo for such a long time, and it's just like he's crashing and burning and he's still trying to carry on. And I know what it's like to carry on when you feel that way. Like, I feel at my lowest most days, and I feel like I have to do these videos, and part of me wants to do them because it gives me something to do, and editing and uploading and all that, it gives me something to do. Some days it feels like a full-time job, and that is what it's becoming with, because of the broadband speed, it's becoming that. But I don't get paid for it, but I do feel under pressure to keep this channel going at times. And I do like that there's something up every day. I like that continuity that I've done it. But I feel like if I ever got to the point where I missed a day, it would make me feel bad. But like with the live videos, I've stopped doing them. I did one yesterday. I don't even know how I got through that. I don't even remember what I said. I think I just did it. I was nervous the whole time. But sometimes when you do have mental illnesses and you're not well, and it's good to push yourself. But I think for Ant, I think he's pushing himself too hard. But he obviously wants to carry on, and he wants to not let people down. But he clearly is struggling with life. I mean, he's been done drink driving. You can't get any lower than that. And I'm not even making excuses for him, but when you are feeling the way that he's obviously feeling, You don't think clearly, you don't think about if you do this, this is going to be the consequence. Like when I was under enormous pressure last year from the police, and for the record, I wasn't in trouble. People think I was in trouble, I wasn't. They hounded me because of one thing, and then there was loads of mistakes, and then they hounded me even more. But when I was under pressure, I was rushing off and doing things because I couldn't cope with the pressure. I was very down, I was stressed out all the time, and I was rushing off, and then they were having to come and find me and stuff, and I didn't realise what I was doing. I was just rushing off to get away from them, not realising that they were going to have to come and find me. And some of the times they weren't very nice about it when they found me. But when you're suffering and you're doing things like that, you don't think, oh, I'm doing this, it's going to take up their time, and they shouldn't be angry with you. You can't think clearly and you are struggling. You should be treated with compassion, and I can see he's struggling. You can see it in his eyes, he's struggling, he's not happy. But he's trying to carry on, and sometimes carrying on does help, but sometimes carrying on helps a little bit, but then you still feel the way you feel away from, like he'll feel that way away from the cameras, and it's heartbreaking to see, and it's like, where's this going to end with him? I think he really needs help, and he really needs to keep getting help as much as he can, and he needs to talk about, not necessarily publicly, but he needs to talk about what's going on in his head and try and fix it, because that's the only way you're going to return to some normality, I guess. And it's very well me like saying all this and like not taking my own words of wisdom, but sometimes it's easier to recognise other people's symptoms or downfalls, or that they're struggling, and advise them on it than to do it yourself. And I have good days and bad days, but for the most part I feel down every single day. I live with a lot of what's happened to me. A lot of it was caused by the police. Like, I do talk about what the police do to me, not on here. I just bring it up that I did get treated appallingly, especially because they made mistakes regarding a case and other things involving other people where I was the victim, and to cover it up they've made me out to be someone I'm not. So I've been filming for longer than I wanted, as always. I need to go. I've got one of these, I've got some water, I've got to get all this in my system. Then I'm going to go to Tesco. If I manage to get out in an hour and 10, which will be 1:20, I'll go to B&M as well. Got to go to the office. I'm not staying at the office, I'm just dropping his lunch off. I'll come back and have something to eat. Then I'll get on with it looks massive, but it's quick things. Like it says go Primark, but I'm not going. I need to film the Maggie Oliver video. I feel like crap. I'll have to write some notes. I don't even really know what I want to say. I just really want to speak to her. I feel like she would be able to help me, even with it just advice and listening to me and telling me from her point of view what she thinks about what the police have done and about the other situations. So I'm hoping that I do get to meet Maggie Oliver. It's very important to me to meet her, because I feel like she is the answer to some of my questions, I guess. So if anyone's watching this, please let Maggie Oliver know that I would desperately like to speak to her about the police, a big massive cover up regarding me, how they've been treating me and other issues. So I'm at Tesco. It's 3:10. I got out at 1 minute to 3. I think trying to get out for 2:20 whilst I feel this way would have been an absolute miracle if it happened. I just feel like death, and it's getting worse. Obviously it's going to get worse, isn't it? So when I get home I'm going to have another antibiotic, and then one tonight, but they take 3 days to work. I've got about 3 days left. What am I going to do when they kick in and they work? Because then I'll be stopping taking them. And I've got the doctor's Wednesday, but either I'll feel a little bit better, or she'll be like, well, you're on day 3, you're just going to have to get over it or get better naturally. But I had this a few weeks ago, so I don't know what I'm actually meant to do, but I feel like crap. I keep going hot and then cold. I was cold when I come out of the house and now I'm way too hot. I'm not going to go to B&M. I need to film that video, Maggie Oliver one, even though I doubt it's going to get up this week. Because my broadband is horrific and I need to... Because I basically entered the memory card that I'm filming on now. I've entered it onto the computer, which means it's full. So the video that was already edited is being uploaded, and I need to edit another one as soon as that's uploaded, put that up, and then another one before I can put the Maggie Oliver one on the computer. So in all honesty, unless I do it on my phone and upload it overnight, that video ain't going to go up this week at all. So I don't know if I still should film it knowing that it's not going to go up, or just leave it. I think I'll film a version of it on my phone just in case I get really sick and I'm sick for a couple of weeks, but I can't edit it on my phone. I'm at the office. I'm not going to chat long because I just don't feel in the mood to chat. Someone actually walking past me as I'm chatting. I'm just going to go in. I think I will have my lunch here, but I don't want to have my lunch here because I want to put salt on my sandwich, but he might have some salt. He has all sorts in his drawers. I just feel like crap. This is like the worst week to get sick for me. Like, why couldn't I have been sick last week and then got better this week? Like, I don't know. Can't even say why it's the worst week, but you'll find out very soon.